Hi there, my name's Doug Workman, and I'm a mountain guide based out of Jackson, Wyoming, and I'm also Mammut's Avalanche Safety Program Manager. I spend a lot of my season working with ski patrols, search and rescue groups, and guide services, training them in the best practices of how to use Mammut's avalanche safety products. Mammut's been making beacons for a long time, since 1968, and over the course of that time, beacon technology has evolved, and Mammut's always been on the forefront of that evolution. Currently, we offer two different beacons, the Barryvox and the Barryvox S. And the first thing I'm going to cover is the features that Mammut believes are important universally in avalanche beacons. The first of those things is the range. The range determines how quickly you will acquire a signal when you're doing an avalanche rescue. Mammut's beacons, both the Barryvox and the Barryvox S, currently have the largest range on the market, 70 meters, which guarantees that you are going to get a signal of your partner as soon as possible. Speed obviously equates to safety, and the sooner you can pick up that signal and start getting to your partner, the better. In analog mode, which is only in the Barryvox S, you even have a 100-meter range. All of our beacons are digitally based beacons, digital search and send capabilities, which assist you in quickly determining the direction and distance that your partner is in. All of our beacons have 3 antennas, which greatly increases accuracy. Please, please, please retire beacons that are old and only have 1 or 2 antennas. You're not doing anybody a service by using old technology. And again, all of our beacons have marking capabilities to make multiple burial scenarios, which are for most people complex, to make those situations as simple as possible. Marking is the single biggest advancement in beacon technology in the last 15 or 20 years. Marking functions make multiple burials easier, safer, and faster. They make you a better rescuer. Backcountry travel is exploding. Of course, you need to do your best to use good safety practices when you're skiing, but it's not always a guarantee that there's not somebody above you or below you. So we want you to be prepared for the most complicated scenario, even though we hope that you never end up in that situation. And we want that complicated scenario, if you end up in it, to be as simple as possible. Marking will give you the ability to do complex rescue in a very simplified manner. And all of our beacons have marking. Along with marking, all of our beacons have group check functions, and group check functions increase your safety during trailhead checks. Sounds simple, but a lot of us don't do them. Last year in the Tetons in the spring, we lost 2 very experienced backcountry travelers who were wearing beacons that were not on. Group check encourages you to use a specific function to make sure that all of your partners are sending, your beacon is receiving safely, so that you can go out there and not be thinking about those what ifs. You want to know your beacon is good to go before you leave the trailhead. And all of our beacons have that group check function. Some other features that all of our beacons have that we're very proud of are diagnostic testing, fleet management, and firmware updates that are all done through our W-Link system. We've got the diagnostic tester here. We've also got the simpler W-Link that allows for firmware updates. And between firmware updates and diagnostic testing, you no longer have to just retire a beacon just because. We obviously want you to have confidence in the technology that you're wearing, your safety technology, your beacon. And with diagnostic testing, you can continually regain confidence that your beacon is operating on the most current firmware and that all of its functions are working as they should. As such, I have beacons that are over 10 years old that have very current firmware, have been tested regularly, and therefore I don't have to just retire them because of some arbitrary amount of time, 3 to 5 years. So it allows you to have more confidence in the technology and potentially have to retire it less often. And all of our beacons have the W-Link technology, which allows the diagnostic testing, which allows the firmware updates, and keeps your beacon on the cutting edge. Have a great winter, everybody. Be safe. and see you on the slopes.